My name's Pete Wood. You're watching Hexham TV. Who are you?
Hi everyone, my name's Bridie Jackson and I'm a musician, and I'm currently working on a songwriting project with Queen's Hall Arts called Unsung Heroes, and that's, I think, what we're going to be talking about tonight.
So, Bridie, tell me a little bit about yourself and your background and the sort of music that you play normally.
So, me and my background. So, I'm a musician, songwriter, and a choir leader. I've played music and written songs my whole life, done all sorts of different things. I used to be in a band, a touring band, and played lots of festivals and that sort of thing. But alongside that, I always did a lot of socially engaged community projects as well. And that's really been my love, my kind of long-term love, really. So I run choirs, I run music projects. I've done music projects in schools, songwriting projects. Yeah, because I really love collaboration. It's kind of something that just kind of really creatively fires me up. And through that type of work, I get to do loads of that. So it keeps me happy, really.
What first got you interested in music?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, I was actually very lucky because I grew up in a very musical household. My dad's a musician as well. So from, it's that cliche of like, oh, I sung before I could even speak. But with me, I think apparently from what I've been told, that was true. So I sort of grew up with music everywhere, going to concerts, writing music from a really young age, did all like music grades, was in choirs and orchestras. So I caught the bug very early, basically, and I just never stopped.
And how's being based in the Northeast affected the work that you do and the music that you play?
I have to say, I absolutely love the Northeast, and I've always lived here, and I think there's a lot going for it. I think there's a very supportive and very vibrant music scene. People are very encouraging of each other, which is really amazing. People big each other up in the Northeast in the music scene. There's a lot of mutual support. It's a bit of a fan club, really, which is lovely. Obviously, we've got very strong heritage of folk roots, which is supported by the folk music support at Sage Gateshead, but also, although there is that very strong tradition of folk music, that definitely doesn't hold the region back. I think people are there's a lot of very experimental music as well. There's a very strong jazz scene as well. Like, it's very diverse. I've always found.
Yeah.
And
it's a really tough time for musicians and everyone involved in the music scene. People who are technicians and that sort of thing, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. Well, to be honest, it's a really tough time for everybody in the arts. But I think obviously the performing arts, it is extremely difficult. And I think people, not just musicians, but venues really need to be supported and protected. People need to go out and they need to try and do what they can to support their local venues. And yeah, I think that not that there is a good side to this, but the silver lining is that what I've seen in my sector, the arts sector, is that people have just been so innovative. They've been constantly coming up with new ways of working, really interesting ways of working safely, and also staying really connected. And that sort of spirit of collaboration and mutual support has carried on all the way through lockdown, that people are really, really trying to support each other, find opportunities for each other. And also people are still able to celebrate when people do have achievements, even though less work to go around. People are still really encouraging of when anyone gets some good news. People are kind of really behind them, which I think speaks volumes really about what the sector is like, and also, if I dare say, what the Northeast is like.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about a particular project that you're involved in at the moment. Tell me a little bit about that project.
So this is a really, really exciting project. I'm just so excited to be involved. It's kind of like all my favourite things rolled into one, this project, really. So it's called Unsung Heroes, and it's a project in a few different stages. And it's a project which was commissioned by Queen's Hall Arts through the Here and Now 2020 programme. In a nutshell, the concept behind it is to find out who the unsung heroes in the area are, and then to celebrate the contribution that they've made to their community, and to do that through song. So the first stage of the project was that we did a big open call out, asking people to share their stories of unsung heroes. And it was very clear, we made it very clear that it was whoever, it was very open, that definition of hero. It could be someone who'd just been really supportive to them during lockdown, or it could be someone who has some sort of historical significance or a cultural significance. And all of these amazing stories came in of, different people that have done really astonishing things. And I think having this project happen now has perhaps really changed the definition of hero. And we've had a lot of people who perhaps wouldn't have received that nomination at a different time. For example, we had a lot of shopkeepers were nominated. We have 4 different people nominating shopkeepers. And I thought that was really interesting. And I think it just goes to show that maybe people have always been there doing this amazing job day in, day out, but maybe people haven't quite noticed that until this astonishing, strange year that we've had. So that was the first stage, collecting in nominations from different people. And what I found really, really moving about that period of time of collecting in the stories is that nearly everybody said the same line, which is they would never in a million years think that they'd be nominated for this, because they're just too busy getting on with doing the thing they do, which is amazing. They're not doing it for praise. They're not doing it for acknowledgement. They're doing it because they believe in it. And nearly everyone that had nominated someone had said that the person had told them that when they found out they'd been nominated, that they were really surprised and didn't understand why they had been nominated. And I just thought, wow, how amazing that there's all these people out there that are willing to go above and beyond for their community.
It's great to say thank you, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. Just amazing. So that's the first bit, writing the songs about the nominations that have come in. And there's been so many nominations that I've changed the way I'm writing the songs, and that some of them are about individuals, but some of them are about a sort of a collective group of people in society. So, for example, there's going to be a song about shopkeepers, which sort of is going to represent all of those shopkeepers. And there's also going to be a song about volunteers, because lots of people nominated volunteers, for example, people that work in clothes banks, food banks, community kitchens, parks, crafters, people that work at Oxfam, like that kind of thing. So there's going to be a couple of songs that are about a group of people, and then some that are about individuals.
So what's the shout out now then? What are you looking for to help you?
So this bit's dead exciting. So obviously this is really important that this is a community project, and there's lots of opportunities for different people to get involved. So in this next stage, when the songs are written, it's not me that's going to record them, it's other local musicians. And anybody that wants to, anyone that's a musician, someone that has a real passion for music, can essentially audition to sing one of these songs, to kind of do their own cover version of it, really, and have it recorded, professionally recorded. And then that will become part of an exhibition celebrating all of these unsung heroes. So it's really, really easy for people to apply for this opportunity. They just need to make a very short video of themselves singing or playing, or whatever they do, and they can either email me that along with a little paragraph of why they want to be involved. And that's really important, that they remember that part of it too, because what we want to do is work with people that kind of understand why we're doing this project and why it's so important. And so they can either do that via email, and I can give my email at the end of this chat, or if they're snazzy, if they're fancy on Twitter, they can just apply straight onto Twitter. So, they can literally just upload their video to Twitter with a little statement, and that would go to Queen's Hall Twitter. So there's 2 different ways of applying, either via email to me privately or straight onto Twitter. And the other good news is it doesn't just have to be individuals. If you, for example, are in a duo or even a band of up to 4 people, you can apply as an ensemble. Unfortunately, because we're living in COVID times, the only rule is that obviously those people would need to be in a household with you or part of your social bubble.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And are you looking for musicians of all ages and experience?
Absolutely. Any age is absolutely fine. And I think it's important to say this opportunity isn't focused on professionals are really welcome to apply, but it's not a paid gig. It's more focused on people that just have a real passion for music and want to do something in their community. So it's not a paid gig. But if you do have experience of performing and you're not afraid to kind of get up on stage and like really go for it, that's great. So if you've got a little bit of experience of performing and maybe some experience of recording, let me know that too, because that's really fantastic as well. But just sort of anyone, and it doesn't matter what genre either. I mean, most of the songs that I write are sort of kind of roughly in the folky genre, but if you're not a folk musician, that's fine too. If you're a thrash metalist or whatever. Honestly, like we're super flexible about who applies. So it's basically for anyone that's kind of community minded, really, and can understand the kind of the ethos behind this project.
Yeah. And what are the dates involved? Presumably, can people start applying now?
It would be wonderful if people started applying now. So the deadline is Friday the 6th of November. So people have got 3 weeks still to go. And then out of the people that apply, 5 people will make it through to the final stage, which is when they'll be paired up with a song to learn, and they'll have a couple of weeks to learn it, but they won't be left on their own. They'll have support from me to kind of run their ideas past and make sure that everything's like absolutely like good to go. And then they'll record that song in a studio, hopefully, and then in the new year their contribution will become part of this exhibition. But there's another stage to it too, which isn't the part of it that I'm going to be massively involved with, which is they're going to perform the song as part of this augmented reality experience, which is part of what the exhibition offer is, where the people performing the song will become part of what we're kind of calling a coffee table gig app, where people can receive a QR code, and when they click on it, they essentially get an augmented reality experience of that musician singing and playing the song directly into their front room.
And there's some internationally renowned artists who are involved in that side of the project, aren't there?
Yeah, the amazing multimedia artists Davy and Kristin McGuire, who are involved, who are leading on that part of the project, and it's very exciting that we've got them involved. Yeah, it's really amazing.
Well, it sounds a really great project, and it's really great to be able to celebrate people in the community who've sort of made a difference to people's lives.
Yeah,
and it's also great to give performers a chance to actually perform, and it's great that the Queen's Hall have pulled this together, as part of the Here and Now Festival.
It's really amazing, yes.
And I think that's celebrating 25 years of the lottery, isn't it?
That's right, the National Lottery, yeah.
Right, yeah. So perhaps you might give the details of where people can apply to, Bridie. And
absolutely, yeah. So people are very welcome to send me their auditions to my email address, and I'll just read that out, and then maybe Pete, if you don't mind writing it in the comments.
Yeah.
So people can email me, and that's on Bridie Jackson. So that's BRIDIE Jackson, JACKSON. Bridie Jackson Arts. So it's ARTS bridiejacksonarts@gmail.com. bridiejacksonarts@gmail.com. And that's by Friday the 6th of November, please. And what you need to do is send a little video of you performing, and also a little paragraph explaining why you want to get involved in the project. And if you're Twitter savvy, as some people are, you can apply directly to Twitter. You can send your audition videos using the hashtag Unsung Heroes Hexham and tagging Queen's Hall. So you can do it that way if you want. Either way is great.
That's great, Bridie.
Brilliant.
So I think you're going to play one of your own songs for us now.
Yes, I can do if the people would be up for that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Fantastic. So I'm actually going to play you a really new song, and this is a song that I wrote in collaboration during lockdown. This was a digital collaboration with some people that I only actually met once, but we worked together over the course of several months in what I would refer to as deep lockdown, when we weren't really allowed to go out at all, except for once, just for our exercise and things like that. And it was a commission for Summer Streets Festival, which is a festival that takes place in Sunderland. And normally it's a physical festival with lots of stages, but obviously it all had to be brought online. And I was commissioned to work with an amazing group of autistic musicians called Orchestra, who are based in Gateshead in Berkeley. And we worked on this song collaboratively. I wrote bits and then I sent it to them via GarageBand, recorded it, and then they wrote bits and sent it back. We kind of mashed it all together into a piece called Together Apart, which was a kind of about our experiences collectively of lockdown, really. And so I'm going to have a go at playing that. I don't normally play it on my own, of course. Normally it's me in a band, so it'll sound a little bit different. But this is Together Apart. Sharing news and stories through the screen and line, waiting as the days pass for a better time. Now we know there's something to be so true. I need you and you need me too. Together apart we have made it this far. Together apart and we still know who we are. And when the storm is gonna pass by, well, we don't know. And we may well be apart, but we're never alone. No, we're never alone. Oh, no, we're never alone. Oh. Rainbows color windows, hope is on our side, clapping with the neighbors for all the saving lives. Safe inside our homes now, missing family and friends, looking forward to the day when this madness ends. Together apart we have made it this far. Together apart and we still know who we are. And when the storm is gonna pass by, well, we don't know. And we may well be apart, but we're never alone. No, we're never alone. No, we're never alone. Oh. No, we're never alone.
That was fantastic, Bridie. That's a really beautiful song. Thanks so much for singing, and thanks very much for speaking to Hexham TV about the project with the Queen's Hall and with Davy and Kristin McGuire and the Here and Now Festival. And
thanks so much for having me, Peter. It's been really great to talk about the project.
I wish you every success with it, and it'll be great to see the musicians and how they actually interpret the songs that you've come up with.
I know, that's really exciting too, to kind of know what the other stage of creativity will be after that. Yeah, it's fantastic. So everyone, get applying.
Okay, all the best, Bridie.
Thanks so much for your time, Peter. Really nice to chat.
Bye for now.
Bye.